And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here for the Lakers Fast Break Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On the latest PCC Multiverse on the Pop Culture Cosmos networks, we cover the NBA trade deadline winners and also as well the Super Bowl predictions. Absolutely. Chris Lardieri and I covered the Super Bowl predictions in a big way, very detailed. So if you're into sports, I got you covered on the latest pop culture cosmos as well. I'm hoping I can record just after the Super Bowl our thoughts on the commercials and the big trailers as well. Well, okay, the non weight loss drug commercials, because I heard there's going to be a lot of weight loss drug commercials, and I heard there's going to be a lot of AI commercials. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I do get around
You
tough.
combine them all together,
I'd love to. Yes, and just put actually real commercials for cars or something like that, or movies. That's the thing. We cover movie trailers a lot on the episode hour. I do a traditional episode right after the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I'm hoping for a lot of movie trailers. Hoping. Um, yes, I do get around tough. The other channel that I host is for the Fan Arc Network. They asked me to come on and start doing 15 to 20-minute Lakers shows for you every morning. It's tough. I think I even gave you a nod on Lakers latest. So if you guys are into getting your little good morning of Laker tidbits, go ahead and reach out at Lakers latest right there for the Fan Arc Network. What's up, Craig? How you doing? It is, of course, the Lakers fast break. Truly appreciate it. The Lakers are playing later tonight against the Golden State Warriors, and we come off the trade deadline, and we're now in full buyout season here at the Lakers. So we'll go ahead and talk about that. Plus, also as well, what the guys think of their trade deadline. I know that I asked Tom to come on to the trade deadline. I know he's still very infamous around this town as far as the one time that he got so mad, I thought he was going to pop a jugular on screen at Rob Pelinka. I thought that was TV gold, as they used to say. But Tom
what
declined.
was that? What was behind that? Was that the failing to trade?
He didn't do anything, and you were so pissed. You were pissed.
He should have traded. Was it for Lowry that we were looking for back then?
I think it was Lowry. Yeah, I think it was
It
Lowry.
was Lowry, and
yes,
our infamous draft pick that never
yeah,
should have been made.
So mad. He was so mad that Rob didn't do anything. But anyways, I wanted to go ahead and just big mention that. But Tom, you again next year, please. I'd love to do a preview with you because we were hoping that you would come by with your mock trades like you did that one year. That was actually a good year. You and Legend did some really good trades. And then, of course, doing the trade deadline with us as well next year. We'll see what happens. But it is, of course, the Lakers coming out of the trade deadline and facing Golden State Warriors. Luka is out with the sore hamstring. Initial reports, if you didn't hear my Lakers latest, say that it is hopefully not too serious, but he is being held out as a precaution, which is good. It's better than the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 week end of season type thing. So I'm grateful for that. And also, Steph Curry is believed to be out as well with the sore knee, according to Nick Friedel as well. So I bring you guys on after the trade deadline. Michael, I'm going to bring you on first. I want to hear your thoughts on what went down during the trade deadline and with the Lakers bringing on Luke Kennard. Not an earth-shattering move by any stretch of the imagination. He is the most accurate three-point shooter in the league or thereabouts. The problem is the other team will also be the most accurate shooting team or thereabouts with him in the lineup on the defensive side, which is the reason why he keeps bouncing from team to team to team. Let me know your thoughts and if you were hoping or thinking that something different could have fit for the Lakers' needs with the few assets they actually ended up having.
No, I didn't think we could do much at all, especially for what we needed. The 3-and-D guys are just extraordinarily expensive now. They just cost so much in draft capital or young players or both, and we just don't have either. We didn't have either of those. So that was, I didn't expect, they kept posting, clickbaiters, Bleacher Report kept posting about Herb Jones over and over and over again. We weren't going to get Herb Jones with one first round draft pick. Just it's not going to happen. And so
I'm not so sure we wouldn't want Herb Jones for 2 draft picks.
Yeah.
So
basically,
very easily turn out to be, if his shooting doesn't hold up, another Vandy.
So anyway, I wasn't really expecting that hole to be filled. Another center, again, a good one costs money. So I mean, we also needed shooting, and we were able to get that. You can run him with, you can run Kennard with some of our better defenders, and hide him a little bit.
You put him and Rui on the floor together, and that's a pair of pretty good targets for Luka, Austin, and
and the thing about Rui too is Rui gets a bum rap on defense. I mean, he is not a disruptor. He's not a lockdown guy, but he'll get you a deflection. He'll get you a steal. He'll get you a block occasionally. But the biggest thing in the switch everything is he's very good at staying in front of guys, whether they're small, and he can bang with big guys. So he's a decent defender. So you can have him on that floor with Kennard, I think, and then you throw in, Smart and Bando or something like that with them, and Austin, and then, you got something there. So, I thought that, what it costs us to get Kennard, I was okay with that. I didn't think it was a huge, expensive deal, and it filled a need, and we'll just see how they can hide him.
Dude. I almost feel like that's a time limit for you, Michael. When you
no, I got to turn my
no worries.
Texts from everybody. It sounds like.
There you go. You're going worldwide live. I just want to go ahead and mention that again with the Lakers, they have so many needs. I've seen names all across the board. They need this. At this point, they need two-way talent. This team just needs talent, and they'll have the summer to go ahead and reload on a lot of that talent going forward, and two-way talent that'll help on both ends of the ball, not just one player doing one thing on one side, another player doing another thing on one side. Players that you can actually count on to go ahead and do a lot of both. And I just think when it comes down to it, this statistically, you could look up the stats. They're a team that doesn't rebound well. They get killed on the offensive board. They don't shoot well. They're one of the worst shooting teams in the league. They've got one of the
shots.
They've got one of the worst benches in the league. They have a lot of issues. This team that Luka, Austin, and LeBron cover up and get you enough wins for, as far as it's concerned. But these are things that will prevent you from taking that next step higher unless you start to fill out that roster a lot better around Luka. And then, we'll see. I'm hoping that Rob or his replacement, hopefully, will be able to go ahead and build strategically around Luka going forward, because they will be one of the highest teams. In fact, they will have the most cap space of any team in the NBA after all this, after all this dust settled. They'll have the most cap space out of any team going forward, which I'm enthused about. They'll have an extra 2 draft picks come draft day, and the outlook is brighter as far as their overall look as far as for what's down the road. I know it's not great for people who wanted the Lakers to compete at a high level now, but they still can. Injuries happen a certain way, right and left, and SGA gets hurt, Jokic gets hurt again, then it might look a lot different for the Lakers in a playoff series.
This is a good team. They're not a great team, but they're a pretty good team. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking. You play the games for a reason. You never know what's going to happen with injuries.
They'll need some breaks, Michael, right? They'll need some breaks.
Yeah, they will. Absolutely.
Everybody does. Every year is dependent upon the breaks.
Every year is dependent upon health.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely indeed. So, okay. Before we get into the buyout market, and G-Dog, when you say Haywood Highsmith, I'm just going to say this. Remember, he has been out with meniscus surgery the entire season. So you have a guy that's actually was scheduled to come back probably to Brooklyn in probably about the next week or 10 days. I'm concerned for a guy who's been out the entire season. And again, with these guys, with a buyout, and we'll go over the buyout here in a minute. I'm going to get to Laker Tom here now. With these buyout guys, most of the buyout guys that you get, you will play JJ or a coach will play them a couple times, and then we see actually who they are and the reason why they were a buyout player. Hello, Alex Len. And then you'll never see them again for the rest of the season. You're hoping that you get a Markieff Morris who comes in and plays a pretty good role and actually started games for the Lakers during their world title run. That's the big do. But for these buyout guys, most of them are being bought out for a reason. And I'll just leave it at that. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. But Laker Tom is here. Laker Tom, I know you had your eyes on the TV fixed on what possibly the Lakers could do. What were your thoughts about the NBA trade deadline as far as what the Lakers got and what the Lakers didn't get this time around?
Well, I think that I've always had the opinion that everything that we expect as Lakers fans has to be filtered through the lens of Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss. And, generally that's why, for example, I say Jamie is always mostly right when he says that nothing's going to happen, or nothing important is going to happen. I think that it's going to take a while for Mark Walter to change that feeling. And I've tried to change it for myself because I do think that everything that I see really reflects upon a more careful, long-term, strategic, smart approach, such as don't do anything right now that will screw up the chance for summer, because summer is when we're planning to put a whole new organization in. I mean, they have actually 10 times as many people at every position and department that with the Dodgers than the Lakers do. And they're going to build this huge organization. Rob Pelinka won't have the final say for anything. He'll be another voice until he finally resigns, because there will be general managers, assistant general managers, and 5 or 6 people in the scouting department. I mean, you look at the breakdown when they have over 100 people in the Dodgers organization that are in leadership department head roles. 100. I mean, there's like 15 in the scouting. There's like 20 in it just goes on and on. I never realized it was that many people. They're going to totally transform the way the Lakers run the business. And I think all of the decision-making reflects that we are not going to waste our one draft pick at this point in time. We're not going to do it. There's nothing out there that, Michael's exactly right. There's nothing out there that's going to make a big difference. I also think, too, I've already felt that one of the things that the Lakers have to do is they have to fix their three-point shooting. If we would shoot just like a normal team, take as many shots and make as many as a normal team, we would be fine in a lot of ways. And it is a quicker, faster way to fix what's happening with this team is getting the offense to really gel. And I think that getting Austin back is going to make a massive difference. It's not just coincidence that we started playing 500 ball when Austin Reeves got hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
People don't realize how, I even had my own doubts after watching him, watching him the first game. But when I saw that second game, my God, I just relived the moment when I said, I am not going to trade Austin Reeves and no more of this talk than that. It was just like a transcendent moment. You just get that feeling and you know it. And I feel that way about the Lakers right now because I think they did the exactly smart thing. they have opportunities that involve Giannis. We all know. You know what?
I don't want that.
I don't want that either. So let's move that off. But you know, the problem is that the Lakers have the same mojo. The Dodgers have the same mojo as the Lakers do. They believe in the big names, and like the Lakers, they've been able to get them. And now,
but then we'd have 3 big contracts again and no cap space.
It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. At any rate, but there's other things. The Nuggets are going to have a hard time because they're going to lose Peyton Watson, and who's his
lifelong
agent?
Laker fan, by the way.
A lifelong Kobe and Lakers fan and a Clutch client.
Yeah.
So they're not even going to, you know, they're going to get a good contract, and the Lakers have $60 million. They have about $50 million if they don't renounce Smart's cap hold. But if they only keep Reeves' cap hold, they can raise $60 million. That's the figure that basically is everybody's sort of agreed up number. That's $60 million to be spent to get up to the cap of $166 million. And then they add Reeves at the end since he's got bird rights and they can go over that. But they got these 3 draft picks. And the 3 guys that they're really looking at, if you really want to be honest, are Lou Dort, who still is, still a team decision to be made whether he's going to be a free agent. I mean, and here's a guy who's it's just amazing. I mean, this is something that wouldn't happen until summer, but a straight up trade with Rui Hachimura makes a lot of sense. Anyway, Lou Dort, I think, is in play. And it's simply because the Thunder have so many good young players and so many picks coming up, 3 of them in this upcoming draft that's supposed to be a hot draft, that they need to move these guys. It's ridiculous. They don't want to. They're looking for superstars at every position, and they're going to keep. They're going to keep competing until they get them.
This is where the cap space comes in.
Yep.
We could send draft picks for Dort without them having to take anybody back. They could, because you could absorb his salary.
We have $60 million to spend in giving him a contract or accepting their salary in there without sending out a player.
Yeah, so that's a really good position for the Lakers to be in right now.
I'm hoping
Same thing with Watson.
I just wanted to let you know though, Tom, Marcus Smart has a player option for next year. Just to let you know, the spot track listed as a player option.
Depends on how he plays this year. I mean, he's probably
he's
outplayed that $5 million.
Yeah, he's playing like a $12 million player now. According
I'd keep him at 5. He's fine at 5.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying
he's going to decline the option, I think.
Yeah, same thing with.
He'll be another expiring contract, just like Reeves.
Same thing with Ayton. Just want to let you know, Ayton also has a player option as well.
Yeah, Ayton might take it.
Yeah, as well.
Ayton might take it.
Yeah, defense. I retweeted out yesterday.
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with Ayton and whether or not he would. Would you take it? Would you want to be at a team that didn't want you for a whole year?
Well,
he's played well enough. He's played well enough, I think, to get more than $8 million from somebody.
Oh yeah, he's definitely outplayed his salary.
I don't think he said do it for the money.
I saw people were saying we need Claxton, we need a Yakaporo that over the course of the past few days. And I'm thinking to myself, these guys are being paid more than double what Ayton is playing for the same amount of production. Man. The same exact amount of production. Yeah, so it's you get someone better. Get someone better than any of these guys.
And with Claxton, who's the Nets backup center? What's that guy's name?
Noah Clowney is there alongside plus Day'Ron.
Clowney is their starter. Clowney is their starter. You're thinking of
Day'Ron Sharp.
Day'Ron Sharp. He totally outplayed Claxton. I would just based on that one game.
The guy that we need with Luka, without a question, is Walker Kessler.
But you're not going to get him because Utah is now committed to going ahead and signing him because you might want to pair him alongside. Of course, the new Triple J.
The problem is they got the Lakers AD and LeBron. Problem is they got a bunch of guys who aren't centers, but they can't play. Who's going to play small forward?
That is going to
They're
be
picking
Markkanen.
Markkanen can't play full forward.
He's played there before, so they're committing to
Defensively,
it.
he'd be a liability. Defensively,
He's gonna be killed
offensively,
with
he'd
the
be great.
Let me look that up, defense right now on Yusuf Nurkic. But as I do, let me go ahead and ask you this, as far as Michael, when it comes,
Peyton Watson, Kessler, Peyton Watson, and
but Kessler's an
Dort
RFA.
are the three
Kessler's
guys that we're going after, I think.
Kessler is a restricted free agent. Remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Michael, let me get it back to you. And once again, it is Lakers weekend and defense. I am going to look that up. It is, of course, Gerald Glassford, along with Laker Tom and Michael Heinrich. Please support them today at Lakerholics.com. I cannot stress enough that these guys are on every day on their site, Lakerholics.com. Michael, let me bring it back to you, my friend. So coming out of it, there obviously is a plan in place. And again, I hate to always give Rich Paul credit, but I have to give Rich Paul credit. He's the one who said this and put this out there back after LeBron picked up the option that the Lakers were on two different timelines, to be competitive now, but to have lots of cap space going forward in the summer. And in doing so, Michael, there's a lot of options for the team that is expected to have the most as far as out there. Now, of course, we saw the abundance of scoring and what he came to explosive off the bench on the last game Austin Reeves did. Austin Reeves, do you include him in that scoring spree? Because right now he's playing for a guy playing for a hell of a lot of money.
I think Austin Reeves is just a baller, man. And he's going to do whatever it takes to win the games. I definitely want to keep him more than probably LeBron, actually, just because LeBron's 41.
This was Luka. LeBron doesn't.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I really think that 3 big salaries no longer work in the today's environment, unless you draft really, really well, and everybody you draft,
unless like the Warriors, you drafted Steph Curry, then you can get 2 guys, and Steph's still on cheap salary for a long time.
So that's basically how the Warriors got their salary got so high, was because they drafted all of these really, really good players and they kept paying them. So, yeah, it's I don't know. I got a feeling that the only thing I wonder about with LeBron, though, how much would he be willing to play for? Because nobody's going to have cap space to give him a huge salary. We would, but why would we? Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't.
Be interesting offseason, to say the least, and the Lakers will be part of it. So you guys said something the opposite of what Joe is asking for on this show. And that is Giannis Antetokounmpo, because that's what the Lakers do. They always go for the big fish. The Lakers. Well, there could be 1,000 marlins, or 1,000 salmon, or 1,000. You name the smaller fish right there next to the boat. But Rob Pelinka, he's looking to reel in that whale, that big whale instead. And that big whale that could be out there is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, even with the 2 added draft picks and the cap space and all that good stuff, and the possibility that you could sign and trade Austin and all that stuff, as far as Milwaukee is concerned, if Giannis doesn't say he wants to go to the Lakers, Tom, it's going to be really hard for the Lakers to still get him, because they still can't give the best offer out of all.
Well, the only way the Lakers would get him is throwing Reeves in the pot, and that would be the stupidest thing that they've ever done.
Why do you say that? Let me ask you why.
Because that's what Milwaukee will ask for.
Yeah, I know, but why do you say that's the stupidest thing? That's
to tie yourself up and to give up your second star, the guy who could be the second star, the guy who could be your version of Steph Curry who is on a cheap contract, because is he going to sign? He's not going to sign a $40 million contract, the max amount that he could earn. He'll settle for 30 or 33 or something like that, because he's a team guy and he wants to play in LA and he wants the team to have money to be able to get other players.
5 years, 241 is looking really like what he's going to get and what he's going to ask for.
Well, here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. Where's that money? Who has that money?
There's no competition. There's no competition for him.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has it. Nobody has that.
Kenny Ainge was the competition.
Yeah, and he traded out of it.
Yeah, he can ask for 5 years, 241 from the Lakers, and 4 years, 180 from any other team.
You heard what he said? Have you heard what he said?
You know what? Again, he has said that. I don't believe. Okay, and
I understand.
Kyrie Irving wanted to be a Celtic for life. How did that go?
Yeah,
how did okay? So
hey, I understand.
If I am representing Austin Reeves, first of all, for making that statement, I'd slap him in the face. Second of all, okay,
I don't think Austin gives a damn.
But as I say, guys,
he won't still sign for under 35 million.
But I'm saying on this show, this is his only chance, Michael and Tom. This is his only chance at 28 years old, heading into next season, to get life-changing generational money for multiple years. He will not get this opportunity again.
200 million or 240 million ain't going to make a difference.
Well, you say that.
Here's the way I look at it.
Have in taxes? How much does California have in taxes? We'll start off right there.
Here's my thought on that. The Lakers will sign him for whatever it takes to go over the best offer that somebody else can give him. But what is the money out there? Who has the money out there to give him a 4-year max? Nobody has it. So that's what it's going to boil down to, more than, the Lakers will pay whatever they need to pay. I'm not saying
they're not going to let him go.
They're not going to let him go. They'll pay him for whatever they need to pay. I'm just saying that it may not be a max offer, because right now, unless there's trades and somebody gets way under the cap, there's no competition with the Lakers right now. Nobody else has anything close to what the Lakers can do, because the Lakers have bird rights and they can go over. They can go over. Other teams cannot go over.
They can only go 4.
Yeah, who has? Say the Lakers. Say who has more than 35 million that they could, fit under 166 million cap.
Here I'm putting that now. Here are the teams that are now projected to go ahead and have cap space in the offseason, barring any trades. Because again, if these guys want Austin, they'll move people to get Austin. There are teams out there like a Detroit that could do right now. The Pistons and the Hawks could do about 31 million before any moves as well. So again, it's not a done deal that Austin is going to stay with the Lakers. Let's just be clear on that. So I'll just say that. I don't disagree. You shouldn't disagree. Again, should never count out any other team as far as it's concerned, because of the fact that, again,
that's like saying that anything is possible and anything is possible.
If the Lakers go in and lowball him just because they assume they have this,
they won't do that, because he'll come in with a reasonable
okay. Alex Caruso.
Well, it's a new ownership, man.
Same general manager.
Yeah, but Alex Caruso wasn't
anything approved with Austin Reeves is going to be approved by Mark.
Alex Caruso is not a star player,
but he was lowballed, and instead, because they've leaned towards THT, he is now winning a championship with Oklahoma City today.
Yeah, but he's still not he's not the same tier.
But I'm giving you an example.
I understand that. I understand the argument.
That was under a different ownership.
And not only that, it was he was a very, very good defensive player that helped us win a championship. And
could have helped us continue to win more championships, but again,
you're right. You're absolutely right. It's just that Austin Reeves is a different tier player. I mean, they're not going to let Austin Reeves walk with the low ball.
And if I'm representing Austin, I'm getting every single dollar from the Lakers I could possibly get. I'm just
And
telling
they
you.
will
Austin
pay
may
that.
not feel that way. Austin may not feel that way.
No, but they will pay that. I'm just saying that. Where's the competition? We'll see when the dust settles. Who has the capital to give him a max contract offer? I don't think anybody will.
He'll be 32 or 33 when he comes on the other side of this deal. He will never get this kind of money again in his life. And
But
I'm just telling you now, don't underestimate the power of wanting more money.
He's already guaranteed to get generational wealth.
No,
here's the
it has nothing to do. The Lakers if the Lakers have to give him a max, they'll give him a max. I'm just saying they're not going to overpay.
He won't demand it.
I'm just saying it's a little naive. And I hear so many other people like Tom says, oh, he's going to take a discount. Oh, he said he's going to take a discount. He says
99% of the time I agree with you, Gerald. In this 1%, you wait and see. Because
I'm just hoping so. I'm just saying.
If you have Mark Walter goes to Austin Reeves and says, Austin, we'll pay anything that you ask.
I've got this company called Aspiration.
We would like you to understand that the team has other needs and that we have a certain amount of money that we've got to spend on free agencies out there. We're not going to go cheap on you, but we would like to be able to know that you wanted to be a Laker and we want you as a Laker and to be part of the family going forward. And will you sacrifice something? Then take less than a man.
I don't even think you have to do that.
He will.
I don't even think you have to do that. The market's
and Michael may be right. You don't have to do that because he doesn't have a market out there that's demanding.
The market will dictate. The market will dictate what he makes with the
He's
Lakers. The Lakers will pay him top dollar in the market.
I've got this company, the side company that plants trees called Aspiration. Hopefully they can help me out with some extra cash for you under the table. How about that? Current Affair, great to have you, my friend. We'll see. Again, I'm not hoping for it. I'm not planning on. I'm just putting it out there because yes, you have, Tom, and as you have, Michael, and as I have over the course of 50 plus years on this earth, I have seen quite a bit. And just because someone has said something doesn't mean that they won't do something else when presented with something much more lucrative. And he does have his flaws. So if you sign them up, you're signing up to a flawed backcourt as far as that's concerned. And you have to compensate for that by building around those two together going forward. Is that a championship winning style? Is that a championship winning formula? I don't know. But we'll definitely wait.
The Dodgers formula is every single player on the field has to be upgraded.
And let's hope that they are. But Michael, is Rob
not easier in basketball. You only got 5 guys in the court.
I understand that, but I'm asking Michael, is Rob Pelinka the one to do that?
I think here, probably not. Yeah. Part of the problem with Rob, because we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. He's one of the most disliked GMs in basketball. A lot of, remember the infamous, we're going to trade for Buddy Hield with the Kings. And then we just screw them and sign Westbrook. Those are the kind of things that Rob's been infamous for. And I don't know if he has enough respect around the league to pull off what we need pulled off. Yeah. And especially in conference, I really don't know. I don't have confidence. Let's put it that way. I don't have confidence that he can do it. Let's put it that way.
Neither do I. But the good thing is that the real problem, when you look at it, the real problem was Jeannie, because she would never fire the guy. He had the Kobe Bryant ghost on his shoulder all the time.
And now he has the Kobe Bryant cash guarantee when the sale came through, $8 or $24 million.
24 million. I mean, it was amazing though that Linda got 24 and Kurt only got 8.
What do you think? Do you think that was nice by Jeannie or tacky? Because I've heard either both
Well,
ways.
I mean, I suppose if you got $1 billion, I mean, if I win the lottery and I got $1 billion, I'd throw millions to my friends left and right. So
The
I
8
think
and
that's what you
24
did.
bit. Do you think that was a little tacky? Some people have
It,
mentioned
it must
It
have
was
shown how what
cheesy.
his relationship was with her.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Kurt at least had some basketball input. What did Linda do for her 24 mil?
Yeah.
Tell me.
What did Kurt do for his 8?
Well, it was those two. It was the Ramby, it was Rob, and it was the CFO. I always forget the CFO.
Now, Rob didn't get any money, did he? I didn't hear about anything about him.
Rob said, yeah, it was Cody. If you read the article, it was the two Ramby, it was the CFO, who was actually mentioned prominently in that article, by the way, and I still forget his name because he's never mentioned on anything, but the CFO and then also Rob Pelinka. Those four were given the Kobe $8 or $24 million bonuses upon the season.
I hadn't heard that. That's good.
It's in the article. It is in the article.
Well, that's good news because part of what you have to look at that is these are people who have long been associated with the Lakers organization. They're employees. This is their golden parachute. That's basically what was being given. And you don't give them a golden parachute if you think they're really staying, Golden parachute is for the people who are leaving. I'm happy that Rob got a golden parachute. That son of it should be gone tomorrow.
Well,
the only thing wrong with the summer plan is it should start off with Pelinka being fired on day one.
Well, I think if you asked Joe Soro, the golden parachute for him, he would have filled with lead. But I will just say that.
I don't know. Wait, it could be worth 24 million's nothing, and they bought the team for 10 billion. Come on, 24 million is chump change. Would you pay chump change to get rid of Pelinka tomorrow?
Can I just have the chump change?
No, I know we all love the chump change, but
I just want the chump change. That's all. Nice, 8 or 24. I wouldn't argue that she came up to me and say, "Hey, I want to give you that cut 8 or 24," and I just like, okay. You decide.
I'll take either one.
Either one. It's a good one with me. It's good. But Michael, let me bring it back to you. It is, of course, Lakers weekend, Lakerholics Spotlight. Again, if you guys want this kind of conversation and we're not on the air, please stop by Lakerholics.com. They do a great job of covering the Lakers. Tom puts some great articles out there. Michael responds in kind and covers as far as everything that the guys do there. And Jamie Sweet, well, he's Jamie Sweet, but he goes on there every single time at Lakerholics.com. But Michael, going forward, this is the team that we have. And tonight we do play the Golden State Warriors as we go on through the rest of the season we do get the All-Star break as well mixed in with all this. But how do you see the Lakers seasons going forward? Tonight, Luke Kennard is expected to be in uniform and is available to play. Last time I just checked here about 5 minutes ago on Twitter. So the Lakers will have everybody except for Luka and Adu Thiero heading into the game. Your thoughts, my friend, on this team? Right now, they're in a real battle. They're a game out of third place in the Western Conference. And I know that to a lot of people, that seems very surprising. But again, if this team could put some wins together, they could find themselves in kind of the position that they found themselves last year. A team not everybody's expecting to win, but a team in third or fourth place in the Western Conference with at least one home series that they could play, and a possibility, if things go right, that they could go a long way.
Well, I think they have a really good shot at top 4 seed. I really do. And one of the reasons why I think that it really depends. I mean, we're where we're at with one of the most injured rosters in the NBA this year. The OKC's the only one that's had as many injuries as we have had, and they go 14 deep. Unfortunately, we don't go 14 deep.
Oh, really?
but so that gives me hope. I mean, so much for the big three finally playing together again. It lasted a game and a half. And it's like that's one of the main reasons, I mean, defensively, you look at the score, the points we've given up over the last, 10, 15 games hasn't been bad. I mean, all the analytics and everything, the only thing on defense analytics I care about is how many points did you give up? And we've done a better job of keeping people down as far as the scoring is concerned. Unfortunately, we've had some offensive issues as well. But I think getting Austin back, that's going to help. We would have beat the Knicks with Austin. I really, truly think we would have won that game with Austin because nobody could hit a shot. And so I have a good feeling that this team can be a top 4 seed. The buyout market, we'll see. Right now there's names out there, but there's always some other ones that come along as well. So we'll see. I wouldn't even mind taking a flyer on, honestly, on Haywood Highsmith. He was a starter for Miami the last 2 years. Good defender, can hit a three, 39 and 38% over the last 2 years. He hasn't played this year due to injury, and that, it's self-explanatory. He came from the Heat. So any player that comes from the Heat immediately.
Torres meniscus with the Brooklyn Nets, Michael.
He didn't play this year at all, though.
He was on the Brooklyn Nets roster, so he was.
Yeah, but still, I'm just saying he came from the Heat.
Yeah.
Any player that played for the Heat comes to their next team and get hurt.
Oh no, it comes to the Lakers, and then they end up getting hurt and then not playing well at all. So that's the deal.
They come to the Lakers first and forget to shoot.
But I think he could be. I think if he could, he was close to coming back. They had projected February 11th as his debut.
That's correct. So I'll hit it to you guys as far as the buyout market is concerned, but I did want to answer Leroy's question or Leroy's comment as far as Luka is a better shooter. Luka, okay, when you look this up, guys, in the restricted area, in the paint, there is statistically no better shooter in the league than Luka Doncic. I'm not kidding when I say that. Luka is hitting at an 83% clip in the restricted area.
And who's right behind him?
Ryan Kalkbrenner is right, actually.
On
right,
the Lakers. On the Lakers.
Oh, on the Lakers. It didn't list. I just saw the top 5.
Austin Reeves.
Yeah, okay. Austin Reeves. Well, there you go. But I just looked at top 5. Well, Ryan Kalkbrenner, guy who the Lakers could have gotten, but they got Theo instead. But I won't hold on that. But yes, Luka, as far as that's concerned, extremely efficient as an outside shooter. It's not been there this season. I would say
that's one of the reasons why our 3-point shooting is down is because Luka got off to a slow start. LeBron got off to a slow start. Even Austin. I think our 3-point shooting will get better.
I hope so.
Well, they're capable. That's why.
And now you have Kennard to hopefully help.
Yeah, and it's not like you're saying. It's not like you're saying, God, this poor 3-point shooter. If you could start hitting them, these are guys that have hit them. At a reasonably good clip. So I think 3-point shooting will improve.
I certainly hope so, indeed. But let me get back to the buyout market. There are several players out there. I was talking with someone last night, and I was mentioning it actually on the Lakers Latest that I'm on the Lakers Latest channel. There are several names out there: Cam Thomas, Haywood Highsmith, Matisse Thybulle, Chris Boucher. This is not a murderer's row by any stretch of the imagination. This is not the New York Yankees from 1927, Tom, to come out there as far as relating the baseball term once again. I said just because of the fact that, if you're going to get a player at a buyout, or if you're not going to move up a two-way player, or if you're not going to bring up Kobe Buffkin or RJ Davis, who have been killing it in the G League, then get a player that you're not just going to be infatuated with and coming off the bench for 2-3 games and then sit him down the rest of the season. Someone that is actually going to give you real minutes going forward. I don't see any of those guys, the Highsmiths, coming off a meniscus injury, or a Thybulle who's played 19 games in 2 years, or any of these defenders who don't score. And Heinrich,
we don't need another defender who can't score.
Highsmith has never averaged 10 points in a year in a game. You told me about his shooting.
Thomas.
yeah,
Thomas is
I
the
would
one.
go with Cam Thomas simply because of the fact that the Lakers have the worst bench scoring.
You saw
in
what
the league.
what having a guy come off the bench with 35 points did for the Lakers the last game.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, no, he's a terrible defender, absolutely, but he is looking for a new contract. He is looking for something out there besides, he's trying to rebuild his career after what went down in Brooklyn. Tom, I would lean towards Cam Thomas.
If we could get him, and if the second Blazer that's decided to be cut turns out to be Robert Williams, man, that's like a redo of a trade that we wished we could have made. The Lakers would be a legitimate contenders if they got those.
My problem with Cam Thomas is he's another guy that absolutely needs the ball in his hands to be effective. And we've got 3 guys already that absolutely need the ball in their hands to be effective.
But
that's my biggest problem.
We don't have one on the bench. We don't have one coming off the bench, Michael.
Yeah, but we play 2 at a time. 2 of the other guys usually, when we're healthy, I mean, they've been healthy, 9 games. When the 3 of them are available, usually 2 of them are on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the situation with LeBron and the rest of the year? Is anybody concerned?
No.
Do we care?
No, he's gonna do what LeBron does best of his ability.
I think the Lakers, the decision already was made a long time ago that LeBron was not going to be with his team next year,
or on a very cheap rate if he is. That possibly.
I don't even think that makes sense unless
they talk about him finishing his career. And
there's a complication because you got to start him and you got to play him at power forward.
If he went back to Cleveland, they could only give him a veterans minimum. They have one of the highest payrolls in basketball. Yeah. So I mean, would he go back to Cleveland for a vet minimum? Might as well stay with the Lakers if he's going to do that.
And you'd have to, if you waive and stretch Bronny, you'll have to waive multiple. You have to eat.
Plus, you got another roster spot you got to keep with Bronny. Because you can't drop Bronny now if you're going to keep LeBron next year.
Yeah, he's got another guaranteed year, guys.
No, Bronny is a team option next season, so they could actually.
No, he's not, Michael. No, he's another guaranteed year. Sorry to give you the bad news. It's a team option in his 4th year. It's a 4-year contract with a team option on that 4th year. So yes, you're stuck with Bronny for another year. Right? I hate telling people bad news. I look it up all the time. Trust me, I refresh it all the time.
We're willing to trade him to the Cavs for a 2nd-round pick.
Trust me, I refresh Spot Track constantly to see if it's a mistake on Bronny James, and it isn't. It's a team option on that 4th year. So yeah, Mike, I'm so sorry. I hate giving people bad news.
Way to go, Rob.
Good move, Rob. And there's no Isaac. They're not stuck with Connect. Every Halloween, the whatever team he's on has to make a decision by every Halloween on whether or not they want to pick him up. So they could just waive him at any point in time and say, you know what, in advance of Halloween, we're just not gonna keep you. So he is a different contract than Bronny. Bronny has more. Get this guy.
Would you drop him or Kleber to open up a 2nd roster spot?
I would give Connect a lease on life. I'd say go ahead. You're going to be better on some other team. It's clear. It's just not working out here. I'd move on.
But you got dead money next year. His money's dead next year.
No, it's a team option.
It's a team option for the next 2 Halloweens, Tom. Trust me. I look these contracts up daily on my shows on the post.
Yeah, I have a window open to Spot Track all the time too.
Yes.
Yeah, they could waive him and
I think he's the logical guy to go, right?
Yes, he is the most logical guy to go.
Kleber showed some real value in
he was the MVP of the game.
He really was.
And the thing with Connect, he is not going to stay in the league if he doesn't play defense. And the fact is, he is one of the worst defenders. I love this kid. I saw him that first day in summer league. I just was absolutely thinking he was going to be
that 30-point game, man. I thought he had
Yeah,
The problem with him is his shooting has dropped off the cliff.
yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that trade,
he
that trade,
has to
Shooting
get
is
that
all
shot
about
back.
confidence, man.
that
You don't have
trade,
confidence, you can't shoot.
that trade did something to his head. The rescinded trade, and it's just never been the same since there. And Leo, you and I play better defense than he does. He is absolutely one of the worst defenders in the NBA, and if that doesn't change,
How can you be so athletic and not see a dramatic increase in effort on the defense?
it's just awful. It's just absolutely awful, and I feel so bad, but I see it out there. It's I'm not going to tell or my listeners otherwise. I'm going to be honest.
Man.
Yeah,
He's a traffic cone. Get
17
and you're by him.
Just because a guy's athletic doesn't mean they have good. They're good with reaction times.
And 17, you bring up a good point. I said, but don't you all think he could get back to his rookie year's performance? I mean, before the trade with some talking confidence.
Probably with another team he could.
And let me say this. Let me say this, 17. If the Lakers are a competent organization, and I'll leave your judgment on if that's the case, then as we've said on this show, we've been saying this on this show for months, that a team psychologist, team psychiatrist, whatever, somebody needed to have sat him down and had a heart-to-heart with him. I'm assuming if Lakers are a competent organization, and again, I'll leave that up to your interpretation if they are, they must have had this conversation at least.
How many assistant coaches do we have? How many assistant coaches do we have?
We've got enough to go ahead. They sit there and look great in the same outfits.
We have 2 rows of them.
Yeah, 2 rows. So
I mean, you get one guy to a do and one guy to
Dalton, so you're going to assume that somebody's had these conversations. You're going to assume that JJ took some time out of his year to address this with Connect personally. You assume that sometime out of this year that Rob has sat down Connect at some point in time. You're going to assume that if it's the competent organization they have. And I think
JJ has.
If he's a good coach, he has. But if not, it is what it is.
Numerous times. It's been done numerous times.
I agree with you, 17. I still think there's hope for Connect, but it's going to take a new lease on life in order for that to happen. It's not going to be with the Lakers. At some point in time, you just got to cut your losses and move on. And best for him and the organization, I think that time has come, and I'll leave it at that. But again, it's not. It's more than touches. It's more than just a few extra touches. Yes, you were right. He needs more touches when he's out there because he's a shooter. But it's also about confidence. It's also about how he's looked at and perceived out of it. It's more than just touches. It's more than simple touches. But it's also
another off season to work on his defense.
Yeah, it's also that he has to work on his defense. He has to become a better defender. He cannot be a traffic cone. Because we tried and we say this about Luka and say that about Luka about his defense, but when it comes right down to it, Luka gives you 33, 8, 9, and 9 on the other end. He does something on the other end to offset any defensive issues that you have.
And he makes defensive plays. He makes defensive plays as well. I mean, he gets a lot of steals.
Sometimes he's a traffic cone, but he cannot be a traffic cone when he puts an effort in.
I mean, Luka's defense is mediocre, which is okay for somebody that does as well on the offensive side.
Average. I think it's average. It's better.
Yeah. I mean, he gets his share of steals. He gets his share of deflections. And the thing about it is that everybody's looking at a defensive wing. How about even also looking at good 2-way guards and then move Luka to the 3 on defense? I think he'd have a better.
That's what he plays on.
Because he's 6'8". He's 6'8". He's strong. Right. So I think that having him defend the 3s as opposed to trying to stay in front of because he's a very big guy, trying to stay in front of some of these smaller guards. I think you don't necessarily have to find a 3-and-D wing.
Screws that up.
A 3-and-D guard would be pretty good.
And 17 has a point. 17 has a point. Kennard is not more versatile than Dalton. No, he's not. That's the reason why a 50% three-point shooter has bounced around from team to team to team. Right. But when he's in there,
He makes
been there.
shots.
He makes shots. He understands his life. You know, maybe if you keep Dalton on the team, Dalton can work and learn from Kennard how Kennard has still found a niche in the NBA, Tom. How Landry Shamet has found a niche in the NBA is because there's a mindset with those guys. Yes, they know their faults. They know that they're non-attributes as far as on the defensive end is concerned, but they know that when they're called upon, they have the mindset to go ahead and really fling that ball up with efficiency when they're in there. That's why
I saw an interesting video highlight of Luke Kennard, and it had no shooting. It was all about his playmaking. The guy is an exceptionally bright, high IQ playmaker to the point where they were saying in the commentary, sometimes he's too much of a facilitator and doesn't look for his own shot enough.
Well, he won't shoot unless he's wide open.
But he is a good playmaker and a good passer as well. So, I mean, he has a package on the offensive end, and to make it you have to have one to make it in the NBA. You have to have at least one really good skill.
And one halfway skill as well.
You don't leave him open late in the game.
Well, I'm just hoping Connect for the rest of his career, whether it's with the Lakers or someone else, could just take these next couple months and just learn and just be attached to Luke Kennard everywhere and just understand this is who he is. This is who Connect could be going forward. If Connect wants to stay in the NBA, this is who he has to be. He has to become a lights out shooter who has to rely on that, but can do one or two more things decently enough to stay in the league, even if it's not on the defensive end.
And to be fair to Connect, he won't be the first flame throwing 3-point shooter that flamed out as a Laker. We've brought in one after another who just fell off
the teams now shooting 40%.
Well, Joe Soros says that, as soon as they come in, the bright lights, and usually that means 5 percentage points off of what. And like I said, if he could just hit his career average, because I know he's shooting 50% now. If he could just shoot his career average, Kennard can while he's with the Lakers from three.
But he just take the shots that we're now giving to Vando in the corner, please.
Oh God, yes, please, God, yes.
It's kind of funny
to see,
Yes,
it's kind of funny. Phil had had a comment about Sasha once, saying he was absolutely the very best practice shooter of all time.
Yes. Well,
just put him in the game, and he was not nearly as good. But in practice, he was lights out.
Another crank it up left-handed three from Vandy. Oh, Jesus.
Well, again, if I was Dalton Connect, I know my future's not long with the Lakers, but every single moment at practice.
The 18th of February, we'll have enough. The salary will be low enough that we can add 2 players.
$1.6 million. Yes.
Yeah, 2 players on the 18th of February.
But I'm just going to say this again, Lero, to everybody out there talking about Connect. I'm hoping he can take every moment and learn from Luke Kennard, because Luke Kennard is who Dalton Connect should aspire to be 4 years from now, 5 years from now. If he is here around this league, he has learned from him and developed into the Luke Kennard of 2029, 2030. That's okay. That's Connect's career, because that's his trajectory.
And another thing about Connect too, about Connect too, that he's one thing he's better at. Kennard, he's a pretty good rebounder. He's a decent rebounder, and that's another good thing that he can add to his resume. He's not bad on the boards.
And now 17 is saying that he wants Haywood, Highsmith, and Matisse, again, a more defensive-minded.
Matisse might not play until April, though. We don't want Matisse.
Matisse has only played 19 games in 2 years, and
he's recovering from 2 injuries still. So,
and Highsmith is surgically repaired.
Thomas and Williams.
Again, yeah, if Robert Williams becomes available,
He's
even
the
with
number
his shaking,
one.
at least he's been playing. At least even though he has shaky knees, he's been playing. Tom has stronger knees than Robert Williams, but at least he's been playing.
I got pretty good knees for an old
So
guy.
there you go. They did your one up on Robert Williams, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I haven't had any operations on my knees.
Yes.
Other parts of the body,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
say
Robert Williams is a very talented guy, but there's a reason why he plays 16 minutes a game.
Yeah,
And it's
well,
because
that's fine. I like
injury management.
the end of the
injury
game.
management. They don't want us, they can't play him more than that.
That's why he's a backup center. That's exactly what we need.
We'll see what happens. Again, it is a Lakers fast break. Welcome if you've just come in. It is, of course, Lakers weekend with the Lakerholics. Please check out the Lakerholics site at Lakerholics.com. These guys are going to stay on hopefully as long as they can because I'm expected to be joined by their cohort in crime, Rob, who will be coming in shortly because I tried to time this out because some guys said they could come in sooner, some rather than later. Michael, let me get it back to you. Again, the optimism is for what happens in the summer. I know you guys said you'd like to lean towards a more well-rounded team than a big fish heavy team, i.e. Giannis Antetokounmpo in the summer. But as you and I both know, the Lakers will be heavily tied to Giannis rumors going forward. And that's just a fact of life because they are the Lakers and they love the big fish. With that being said, Giannis Antetokounmpo, this will have more control and say of where he's going this summer because of the contract extension he can sign in October. Your thoughts, my friend, on Giannis? And if we do decide,
he has to wait 6 months to sign that.
well, I'm just saying October is when he's able to sign.
Well, here's the deal with Giannis. Everybody's talking about Lakers going after Giannis. If the Bucks want to do him a solid, and have him try to get him to where he wants to go, it'll be the Knicks or the Heat. Those are the two teams that Giannis has said he wouldn't mind playing for. So
because he would be the best player on the team, and they're in the East.
Yeah. So all the talk about getting Giannis to the Lakers. If they can get a good return and make him happy, they'll try to do that, and that's where he's saying he wants to go. So
they should have taken the 4 picks from the Warriors, man.
Yeah.
4 post-Curry picks. Come on.
Yeah. So we'll see we'll see where he goes, but I do like I would rather have two stars and a bunch of role players that are stars in their roles.
Well, they're going to have a choice between Giannis and Luka or Reeves and Luka. Which do you take?
I would have taken that Golden State deal with the 4, like you said, Tom, the 4 post-Curry first round picks would have been really, that would have done it for me. But be that as it may, good man is here. It is, of course, Rob. Long time no see, my friend. Great to have you back. Your thoughts, my friend, on, of course, the Lakers, what they did through the trade deadline. Luke Kennard, as far as is concerned, they headed to tonight's game with a chance, if everything goes out, if they start on a streak, by the end of next week, they could be back in 3rd place in the Western Conference. Your thoughts and your optimism on the Lakers going forward coming off the trade deadline.
Woo. So I have to be optimistic.
Or pessimistic. You could be pessimistic. That's fine. I just want you to be real. That's all I care. That's all I care.
No, Luke Kennard, I saw him a lot when he was with the Pistons when he first came into the league, and he really hasn't changed a lot. He was very hesitant to shoot then, and he's a really good shooter, and he can score. But he was always hesitant, and we'd be like, "Shoot it, Luke, shoot it." And he wouldn't.
Isn't that odd for a guy who could shoot that well?
Yeah, so it's like
I know who shoots well likes to shoot.
Yeah, it's like 7, 8 years later, and it's still the same thing when you see him play. But he's a good. I mean, he's a smart player. He's not going to lose you games. We
can put a 5 white boy lineup out there.
Leave it to Tom to say that.
Yeah, leave it to Tom.
But hey, we don't care as long as they win. If they win and they're playing good ball, suit them up.
If they're space aliens, I don't care. If they win, that's
Right.
all I want to do is get 18. That's at this point all I care about is 18.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
your thought, you know,
So
do
I
you
mean,
think
of
this
course, we
team
wanted
has?
some defense. We wanted some. We was hoping we get somebody who could play a little bit more defense. Obviously, Luke doesn't fit that role, but hey, play to your strengths. Then
We're going to outscore
let's
them. The
outscore
rest of the
teams
year.
and let's spread the floor and let's have some fun. It was nice seeing Austin come back and
that was
finally be himself, man. That pumped some life into me. So
second game back to do that, man. Second game back.
35 and 25 minutes.
And we
let's
needed,
see. I mean,
we needed
they're
it badly, man. Those 2 threes that he made, and then the 2 threes that Smart made to follow up, those, God, that was best moment I've had for the Lakers in months.
Yeah, we got a little lucky in the schedule right now because no Curry today, no SGA.
We'll take it.
So L Rob, let me
I'll
ask
probably
you this.
no Luka. You know that they ought to maybe rest Luka till take the All-Star break and rest him the entire time, man.
But Ruben also as well. I did want to mention Magic and Rob were the people that traded away Ivica Zubats, and who I'm hoping for a good career in Indiana. But yeah, Mike F and Muscala, and I'll just leave it at that. But with that, again, that's when everybody says that, and you got everybody else on the show that yeah, my harsh feelings for that has never changed. And you see Zubats now to get traded for multiple first round draft picks. Yeah, love it, absolutely love it. L Rob, again, this team, I just said earlier before you came on, there's a pathway, but everything would have to fall out right if for the Lakers to excel in the playoffs this season. Do you see a pathway for the Lakers a little bit clearer now because the injury bug has caught a lot of teams? And again, there is a pathway to a high seed in the Western Conference once again for this team.
So when you say success, I mean, assuming you meaning more than winning one round?
Yes, more than one round.
Yeah, no, I can't see
More
that.
than one round means the finals, the conference finals.
No,
Well,
I
there's
can't.
4 rounds.
Yeah, no, I can't see them winning more than one round. I mean, if you're in the 4 and 5 seed, you're not beating OKC. And I mean, those teams in the 2 and 3 seed, I mean, San Antonio, we just have not matched up good with them. I don't see that changing. Now, Houston's had some lot of struggles, so, and they've come down to earth. So
our shot is really to be the number 3 seed.
Yeah.
And avoid OKC until the conference finals.
And then hope that SGA has a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, it would take SGA and a few more other guys out for the Lakers to be competitive with them. I mean, have we been competitive with the Spurs? I mean, those games have not looked good at all.
We have been competitive with the Spurs because Wemby hasn't been able to dominate the Lakers. And we've won a couple of the games. I know we won the one game where he tried a crazy Euro move that didn't get anything.
Yeah, I think that was pre-Fox, wasn't it? That wasn't the same Spurs team that they have now. Yeah. I just think, I mean, those teams are just too athletic for us.
I think of the games coming up, I think we got a good shot to maybe upset the Thunder with SJA out, and then the tough game is going to be the Spurs, really.
Michael,
their guards just give us hell. That's the problem. We just can't stop their guards.
We can't stop at us.
We don't have any rim protection at all. So that's, a combination of why do we have a bad defense? No point of attack defense and no rim protection.
It's a conundrum.
We're 1-2 against the Spurs this year. We're 1-2 against the Spurs this year.
So, Michael, I think what I've got from a lot of people as well, as far as the trade for Kennard, is it's not just that you got Kennard. It's addition by subtraction.
You got rid of it. Addition by subtraction.
Yes, that's what I said. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is at this point.
Gabe Vincent had just been a reliance by JJ that has irritated thousands according to what I've seen in my comments. And we nicknamed him Cardio Gabe for a reason, because when you're going out there not scoring any points for multiple games and just running back and forth, you must be getting good cardio. But is getting rid of Gabe probably the best part of that trade, Michael?
I don't know. I mean, the only problem with getting rid of Gabe is that makes Bronny the fourth point guard on the team.
Yeah, the point guard. No, because Smart's going to go to the bench probably.
I mean, now they can. What's the young two-way guy?
Well, there's first off
Nick Smith Jr.
Yeah, Nick Smith Jr. They can play him for a while, and he's better than Bronny.
They can bring back Kobe Buffkin.
Yeah, but the only problem with those guys, you don't get them into the playoffs unless you can convert them to a two.
Yes, that is correct.
So that's the issue. So Bronny as your fourth point guard in the playoffs, that's a little scary. But it's overall, it's not going to, barring any kind of injuries, it's good. With injuries, maybe not great.
Rob, do you feel the same way about the addition by subtraction with Gabe Vincent? Because again, I'm just reading quite a bit off of what my audience has been saying over the past few days. I'm just going to say I kind of agree with it too.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing people want to get on JJ for playing him, who do you want him to play? I mean, really, who do you want him to play instead of Gabe's minutes? I mean, you can only play the roster that you have. So, yeah, I mean, I'm neutral on it. I mean, I want to see something different than Gabe out there. So, yes, bringing Luke Kennard in is a good thing. But
at least, when the ball goes to the guy and he's got enough time, the shot's going to go in, man.
Yeah, I'm not looking for any drastic, changes in the Lakers. The Lakers are, I mean, we are what we are.
So what's the starting lineup going to be going forward? What's everybody think?
That's a good question. I know they have liked LaRavia, and as far
we're
as
going to start the big three, everybody agree with that, right?
Yes, big three.
Okay. So who are the other two guys?
LaRavia and Ayton.
Yeah, I think LaRavia and Ayton.
I don't think they can play. I don't think they can start Marcus now because all three of their point guards would be starting. Yeah,
all of these guys that got a substitute for at the same time.
Yeah, so I think it will probably be LaRavia. Rui seems to have found a home on the bench, and I think he's a real. I mean,
if we could get
phenomenal. He was phenomenal in the He was phenomenal in the 76ers.
The bench could finally hold its own, maybe.
Yeah, because we had no scoring. I mean, LaRavia, he's so inconsistent as a scorer. He'll give you 2 points 3 games in a row, give you 18, and give you 4.
Depends on whether he's hitting his 3.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I think he'll probably be LaRavia.
Okay.
Yeah, I would go for that too.
Yeah, he fits because he's not going to shoot the ball a lot, and they need somebody with fitting in with Luka, who doesn't need the ball.
Somebody who can do a rebounding
off the ball. And we'll put some effort in on defense. So he's a good fit with the rest of the stuff.
And some type of athleticism.
Right.
So that's what he provides. So again, we're pretty much in unison on that. We'll see what happens. But again, it is, of course, the Lakers playing the Warriors tonight. No Luka, no Steph Curry, not the matchup I think everybody wants in prime time, not the matchup that ESPN and ABC want in prime time, but it is what it is as the Lakers host the Golden State Warriors later tonight. And with that, Tom, though, again, that sets the Lakers out for the rest of the season. Again, as a man who eternally provides hope for his readers out there on the Lakers season by season, what is the eternal hope that you have for the Lakers this season? Because remember, you are the one of our entire panel that picked the Lakers to win the title.
Well, I think there's a couple of things. One, this is a team that has filled with players that futures are totally up in the air. You got an entire roster practically that's running on expiring contracts. And coming up to the trade deadline, can you imagine what these guys are thinking? They're the talk that's going on, and they're being traded 4 or 5 times. I probably traded every one of them a dozen times, and they're living this. So the game that we just played, we saw something that was really unusual. We went with the same damn starting lineup that comes out negative every time we run it. But every single player on the bench came out with a positive. I mean, that's pretty amazing when you think of that. All 5 starters were negative, but the bench came out and Reeves obviously
big positive, not just positive, but big
numbers. Yeah. So I think that this is something that you got to measure, that in addition to the injuries which have killed, and the injuries to the 3 stars that have just made it impossible to have 3 players like that, we're suffering from the fact that the team has really been concerned and split apart. And at times we've seen that. That's why you get blown out by these teams. It's why it's a blowout or it's a close game and we win the close games. The blowouts are because it's hard to get your heart into it because you don't even know if this is your damn team going forward. And then there's the third thing. Austin coming back. Because we've been playing 500 ball since he left for injury. 500. We were a team that was on top of the league at that time. We were a 2nd seed at that time. And all of a sudden now we've got him back and we're worried about him taking, how long is it going to take for him to get back to being the superstar that he looked like he was going to be? 2 goddamn games. For Christ's sakes, that's something that you got to just be thrilled about. And then there's the buyout situation. What a bonus for us if we could get Thomas, a Kobe fan, a Laker fan, who's like the top candidate out there for everybody, and we got a spot to sign him. I think that's going to happen fairly soon. They'll worry about the second player and what they can do on that later. This is an opportunity to get some bench scoring that we desperately need. You add that on top of everything else, and the fact that the last 10 days, we've started to see this team play better defense. And yeah, it's going to take effort over and above what you normally get. It's going to take banshees, like JJ says, and everybody working hard, and Luka playing defense, and LeBron playing defense. But I see that in the games at times. Sometimes they just get blown out because they just don't have. They're just missing some major pieces. A wing stopper, a rim protector, a bench scorer.
Yeah, and another thing about the injuries. Not only did the big 3 only play 9 games together, we've only had our full rotation available 4 games. 4 games, which
I think we can finish at the number 3 seed behind San Antonio and the Thunder.
Well, that's a good point that Michael made, and I want to bring it to L. Rob on that because, yeah, they have not played together. The big 3 have played together much this season, L. Rob. And it's been brought to me, my attention, some comments that have been made over the past week, especially with Luka being out and then Austin thriving when Luka's out, or Luka thriving when Austin's out, or when LeBron's out, Luka and Austin thriving. Let's just say if you have all 3 through a playoff run, is that the best thing for the Lakers? Because again, they seem to not always play well together, or their skills overlap sometimes too much.
You got to get LeBron to come off the bench like he's going to do next year.
Oh yeah, you have
that would solve the problem completely.
You have that conversation.
I would just sub out for LeBron early.
Yeah, you have that conversation. You sit down with Clutch and
nobody's going to have that conversation.
Good luck.
LeBron,
good luck on that.
Whatever he's got.
So L. Rob, that's the conundrum because again, it's nice having all those 3 together and healthy on paper, but the proof is in the pudding that this team has seemingly played better with 2 out of the 3 continuous.
Well, which 2 though? That's the question.
Which 2? That is the question.
We're turning around. Who is the third leg on this that doesn't?
Yeah.
You look at the stats, it's pretty obvious because all 3 duos come up very positive playing together. Just 2-man things. LeBron and AD, or LeBron and Reeves, LeBron and Luka and LeBron, they all come up positive. But you put all 3 together and you get a negative.
Well, that's why that man.
Because you don't have enough of the other two people to make up.
Let's hear from Rob.
That's JJ's job to figure that out, right? So, yeah, you're absolutely better with all
I'd
three.
sub for LeBron at 4 minutes.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. We're seeing regular season basketball, people. We're seeing regular season basketball. In playoffs, I mean, do we really care what happens in these games? Yes, we care. We want to get the best seed, but we know the level of intensity is going to ramp up in the playoffs.
And they say we're built for the playoffs, so we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We haven't been built for the playoffs, the last couple of seasons. So
can I add something to that? Another thing, the three, they haven't played well again. But then part of those games, those 9 games they played together, LeBron came back after no preseason,
right. Yep.
no anything, and without any kind of training camp, and then some of those games were following injuries where other guys had been out. So let's just wait and see what they look like. If they can actually put a stretch of games together where they can all play together before we say, oh, these 3 guys can't coexist.
Again,
I want to see
a juggernaut, that never. I mean, I really thought they would be a juggernaut, and then they just never. And maybe it is. Maybe you're right, Michael, that it's external circumstances. It's the timing situation. It's the other injuries to other players. There's a lot of factors in there that affect what it could be, and we still have as you say, a very small sample size.
Only games I'm really concerned about that I really put any value into are the other top teams in the West. How do you look against OKC, San Antonio,
We're going to get that on Monday and Tuesday.
Denver, Houston, Minnesota, and even Phoenix. That's it. I don't care about you beating up Golden State and Portland and the Sacramentos and those weak teams in the East. The other 6 teams, the other top 6 teams in the West. That's it. Show me your record against them and how you play against them, and then we'll have an idea of what we're working with.
I think it's just 2 teams that we got to worry about, the 2 abutos, the Thunder and the Spurs. They're the 2 teams.
You're not concerned about Denver matching up with Denver?
Well, I'm sorry. I'll amend that.
I mean, we're talking about the Lakers haven't been healthy. I mean, Denver haven't had Gordon. They haven't had Gordon. They haven't had Braun. They haven't had Gordon. They haven't had Joker. I mean, they haven't had a healthy team.
But if you count the All-Star break, guys, the Lakers are home for almost 3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks. So from the 5th to the 24th, they're home, Michael. And they haven't played exactly, as they say in Germany, to shout out to my friend Pinty, who goes back and forth with all day long on the Lakers. But they haven't played at Wunderbar at home this season. So your thoughts, my friend? I think, though, that after a long Grammy trip, which was actually 5-3, which was pretty much where we thought we were going to be, I think a nice home stretch is exactly what they need right now, Michael.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they don't have to go to across the country for the All-Star game. Remember that too, as well.
They just got to win the next 3 games, and they could have a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, no. I think it's a really good opportunity for them to stack some wins together. They're going to have an uptick in competition, but
that could be good for us sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Into the competition.
Let's get Luka back. That would be a really good thing.
At least back for the Spurs game, man.
Yeah, it would be a really good thing to have him healthy again. Again, that's for me. I mean, another guy that we had, I forgot how many. We had a losing record with Rui out. I mean, there's been so many guys that we just haven't had it. This team has not had.
We just got to stay healthy, or we don't have a chance.
Yeah, no, and that's why I reserve. That's why I reserve my opinion on what's going to happen. Is I want to see what this team looks like whole for an extended period of time, which we have not had.
That we could be whole. We could stay whole.
stay whole for a while and see what this team actually looks like once they've had an opportunity to play together. I mean, we judge them on,
This is like a year when teams don't have that opportunity because the injuries have been so rampant and across.
This has been a really bad injury year across the league, and we've been hit harder than most. So,
let me ask you
the
this.
Lakers have a
At least our
62%
guys are
winning
still
percentage
standing,
at
though.
home and
You know,
a 62% winning percentage on the road. So this big home stand, hopefully they can improve on that because they haven't been any better on home. I mean, the road record is very good, but the home record.
We got to go 8-2 on this. We have 10-game homestand, I think.
No, it's an 8-game homestand.
8-game homestand.
Yeah.
So we got to go at least 6-2 on this homestand. Then we play the
would
Spurs and they play the Celtics.
And again, guys, it's over the course of 3 weeks. It's also the fact that they don't have to travel. The All-Stars, Luka, LeBron, Jackson Hayes for the slam dunk. They don't have to travel across the country to do what they need to do. They can relax and just drive down the street and go to Inglewood right there for the All-Star game. So that's something that you need to keep in mind as well. Again, the schedule has now favored the Lakers, and it's now favored the Lakers right now over the course of the next 3 weeks. It's up to the Lakers to take advantage of what's being given to them right now. But it is, of course, the Lakers and the Warriors. They're coming up later today. We'll have the post game for you as always. Join us for the post game after the game tonight. So hopefully
this is odd game time, 5:30.
It's prime time. That's why it's a prime time game. It's to face off against the Olympics, basically what it is. It's ABC's counter programming against the Olympics. So if you don't want to watch the Olympics and speed skating or whatever it is that's wrong right now, or the opening rounds of hockey or anything like that, then hop on over to ABC for the Lakers and Warriors for the non-Luka, non-Curry matchup that you're going to see tonight. But if that being the case, again, guys, I'll go with you, Rob, again, my friend. What are your thoughts on the game tonight as far as what the Lakers need to do to get it done? Because Pat Spencer just signed to a contract off a two-way. He's been lightening up. I know that he looks like one of our most frequent people around here, Xbox, but I know he's his doppelganger. But again, the guy is no joke. He's actually come out there and played pretty well. But this team that Golden State fields out there tonight is not going to be man for man the kind of team that they want to field. But again, they just beat Phoenix on the road, and they could surprise again tonight.
Yeah, just go out and jump on them early. That's it. Just jump on them early. Don't take them for granted. They're playing to make the playoffs too, so they want to improve their position. So I'm sure they feel like a lot of those guys are like, good, now we can get our shots. It's our time to shine. We don't have to worry about looking for Steph every time down the court, or
that's always the case when it stars out. Yeah.
We don't have to make our first shot to get a second shot.
Yep. We won't have a quick leash. So teams playing, guys will be able to play a little more comfortable. So that's always a dangerous situation. So just come out, jump on them early, establish your dominance early. Should take care of business. So now's the time. You can't, now's the time when you're on the back end. You can't be losing to teams that you're better than.
Michael,
there was something that was quite shocking to me. Porzingis will not be available due to injury and illness.
That's shocking.
Porzingis, of all people, won't be available.
That same virus that he has that they don't know what the hell it is. I mean,
the guy is,
why that's a last minute trade.
Yeah, he doesn't play.
He never plays.
That's the sad situation.
He never plays.
That's also could be very threatening for his life because it's
they can't figure out what it is.
They can't figure out what's wrong with him, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna close.
Can you imagine the Warriors doctors taking that on? Huh? And we got a guy. Oh, good. Prove him for a trade.
So we're going to wrap things up here. I wanted to go ahead and thank everybody for stopping by. It is Gerald Glassford. Again, join us for the Lakers post game right here at the Lakers Fast Break after the game. And then also as well, tomorrow morning, I'll have the latest Lakers latest for the Fan Arc Network on the Lakers latest channel. But Michael, I'm going to start with you, my friend. The keys to a Lakers successful season going forward. And then what are you optimistic about for this summer?
Okay, the keys for me going forward is health and the ability to play together for a long stretch, to just be able to see what we've got. That's the key for me. I think that if healthy, I think the rotations will shake out. We're beginning to see more defense mixed in with the offense, and I think that's helped over the last several weeks. As far as the summer is concerned, I don't want to see us sign a max guy at all. I just don't think, unless you draft really, really well, and like OKC, even OKC can't afford it. They're going to have to let guys go. So
they got options. They got team options on Hartenstein and Dort to make that.
I want to see the Lakers use that cap space we have to upgrade some of the positions. They don't have to be stars. They just have to be stars in their roles. Yep. And that's my summer. Just don't go after Giannis. I mean, then you've got the same thing. You've got three big contracts and a bunch of veteran minimum guys. So yeah, I don't want to see that at all.
Laker Tom, I'll hit you up last because I want you to make sure you let everybody know what you're doing at Lakerholics.com with your latest article. But Rob, I didn't even get your 2 cents in on the Giannis part of it, because now Giannis speculation to the Lakers is now going to go through the roof, even though the Lakers can't offer the best deal out there. But if Giannis now will have more control and sway in where he wants to go, your thoughts on what it's like for the rest of the season, and then in the summer, what are you hoping for that the Lakers will map out this summer?
For the rest of the season, I just want to see us, the way last year ended in the playoffs was a bitter appeal. So I want to see JJ keep his composure as a coach. And so we'll know whether we have a future coach who can handle the pressure when it's at its highest. And just be competitive. Be competitive. There's no shame in losing if you lose to a team that's just better than you. But the way they went out last year, from the players, LeBron to the coach, just was not good. I mean, it was kind of reminiscent of how we went out against Dallas that year. Just, you just went out ugly. So that's what I would like to see for the rest of this season. As far as the off season, I just can't see a path to Giannis. But hey, crazier things have happened. I think
Would you want Giannis on this team?
Do I want Giannis? I'm concerned about having all your money tied up with. Giannis has been hurt a lot.
He's not getting any younger.
When's the last time he's really been available in the playoffs? And how will his game age? That's a concern. But yeah, the Lakers are a star town, so you never turn down a star. You get him and roll the dice and figure it out. He's an unbelievable player, and teaming him with somebody like Luka would be, crazy. So yeah, bring the hype on. If you can figure out a way to do it, get Giannis. But more realistically, just make some moves around the margins where we could. Luka is our future, so let's get the type of guys that he can thrive with. Some guys who can play some defense, stay in front of his guys, get a little more athleticism in all areas. That's my hope.
Laker Tom, I'll leave it with you, and make sure you also mention what you're doing at Lakerholics.com. Again, you'll find Michael Heinrich, you'll find Jamie Sweet, might even find it at Elrop every now and then, kind of popping in. Hopefully at Lakerholics.com, chiming in. Again, it's a great part of your Lakers week at Lakerholics.com. But your hopes for this season and what they will do to map out this summer for you and your estimation, wrapping everything up in a nice tidy bow, and of course, what you're doing at Lakerholics.com as well.
I am actually extremely optimistic about the Lakers for this season. I think that they have a very good chance of getting a top 4 seed. I actually think that they could make the conference finals. That's what my aspirations are. I don't think they can win a conference final. I think a lot is obviously, like everybody says, is totally dependent upon being healthy the rest of the year. And so far this year, they've shown that they can't do that. But the one thing that we can say is that at least all of our guys are standing. There are teams out there with guys that can't play anymore. So at least we've got all of our guys standing at this moment. So let's hope that the medical staff can keep them going after. Anyway, that's my hope for the season, that we show up everything and we really prove that we can be a good team. We show we can cover our defensive flaws and rally. I think in order to do that, we're going to need some help with buyouts. It wouldn't hurt to have some injuries on other teams. That's the way it goes. When the summer comes, I think you're going to see Mark Walter in full Dodgers bloom, transform this team, and they're going to go after Walter Kessler. They're going to go after Peyton Watson, and they're going to go after Lou Dortz very hard. I think they have a good shot at getting 2 of the 3. And if we could get 2 stars, 2 longtime starters that we're confident of, including a center, to go along with Luka and Reeves, then I think we've got a great start to building a championship dynasty.
And there you have it. Again,
and
for
my recent article, which is about halfway done, is talking about the Lakers' 4 top targets for offseason, which are obviously Giannis and the 3 guys that I said that we're going to go after.
Here we go again. Yes. And I cannot wait for Jamie's reply once that happens.
No trade.
Yeah, no trade.
Trade's not going to happen.
There you go. Indeed.
Lakers are going to kick it down the road till trade deadline next year.
Admiral Akbar himself, Jamie Sweet. It's a trap. It's a trap. It is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break right here. But please help out us by supporting the great site known as Lakerholics.com for your Lakers fix all week long. And then, of course, tonight we'll be on after the game. Me and the LFB crew will be on talking about what's going on with the Lakers and the Warriors. Do you think DA opts in? At this point, it's kind of sketchy, Isaac. I'm not sure. And you know what? A lot happens. A lot will happen.
$11 million worth of value as a player.
A lot will happen depending on how the season closes out, and that's going to be interesting to see. But right now, I'd say he is leaning into opting in at this point. But if he goes on a streak where he starts to look like somewhere near the semblance of what the player he once was, then he might be advised to go elsewhere. Again, it's right there. And I'm not going to commit to either which way as of yet, but it's right there. I'm sure the way he's played has not been to what he was wanting, and you'll hear him probably complain again at some point in time with the reporters that it's all the other guys' fault for not getting him the ball once again.
What does he have until the end of the month, end of June, to make his decision on?
I believe so. Yes.
Because the draft is when?
Draft is usually halfway through the month, like
right,
in the 20s.
Draft day, we'll know whether we have another center, because those 3 picks are going to be used hopefully for Walker Kessler. And if we get Walker Kessler, he's going to think hard about wanting to stay with the Lakers because he knows he's going to get in a backup position.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to waive Kleber. I think as what you saw, how he was a benefit in that Thursday game, that he can give you like once every lunar eclipse that he gives you that like, oh, Kleber. Oh, wow. He gives us that.
Every time Ayton falls down.
Yeah, exactly. So
center now.
You can't count on Kleber to do what he did on Thursday night all the time, but at least it's nice to happen. So I don't expect the Lakers to waive him. If they're going to add another spot, I would expect them probably to waive Connect. That would be my guess. But Michael, again, truly appreciate you stopping by. Any last thoughts from you, my friend, before we head on out?
No, I on Kleber, unless some magical center pops up on the buyout market, he's a decent guy for your third center. I mean, we're talking end of the bench third guy. I mean, he's okay for that. So but no, I just, like I said, my whole thing is going to be all about, can we stay healthy long enough for this team to actually gel as a team, and actually, I think they will be better than they've been any time of the year if that happens. Is that going to be good enough or not? Who knows? But I think if we can stay healthy, you're going to see a better team overall as they get a chance. We didn't even have a training camp with everybody, so we'll see.
Rob, I forgot to ask you, there's one spot open now. If you waive Connect, there's another, or if you waive someone else, there's another. How would you line up the rest of the rotation, knowing that there's buyout players there? There's Kobe Buffkin and RJ Davis scoring well off at the G League. You have your two-way players. What would you do with the last one or two spots on the roster?
Defense. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. You got scoring. You got guys who can create. You got guys who can put it in the basket. Find you a junkyard dog. I don't know. I haven't scoured the rosters and
Highsmith and Thibault are the most talked about, but those two have played a combined 19 games. Well, actually, 4 games this season. Thibault's played 19 games in 2 years. Highsmith has not played at all. So those are the two probably best defenders out there right now, Rob.
Yeah, well, I'll take a look at Thibault then.
Okay. Well, there you go. Absolutely. So there you have it. The inside of Rob, Michael Heinrich, and Laker Tom. Please be a part of what they're doing today at Lakerholics.com. So we'll be back after the game tonight. Members prime time, 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Hawaiian time. So Michael just gets to just
3:30.
relax. 3:30. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, absolutely. And that terrible weather that you're having out there in
I know.
Hawaii. Yes.
I know. It's 75 only, so I don't know.
Hey, Vegas is matching you with that. It's 75 all week long here in Vegas. Yes.
All right, now it's time to go. Come on. I'm looking at 10 degrees. Come on. Don't torture me here.
Rob, this is our 1 week a year. We get absolutely fantastic weather. We get 1 week in the spring, we get 1 week in the fall, and then it goes either which way. So, yes, it'll be 110 here before the end of the month, rest assured. But it is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. Please be a part of what we're doing here at the Lakers Fast Break. And also, don't forget, if you want a great site to go to, it's Lakerholics.com. We'll be back on later tonight for the post game, and looking forward for you to have a great Lakers weekend right here at the Lakers Fast Break podcast. And in honor of Michael, what do we say?
Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.